the neighbor who wasn't there. I can still feel the faint twinge of excitement I had when Todd moved in next door. He was the perfect neighbor, or so I thought. His smile was warm, his handshake firm, and his easygoing demeanor made him instantly likable. He seemed like someone you could trust, the kind of guy who would borrow a cup of sugar and then return it with cookies. Little did I know, the perfect neighbor was nothing but a carefully crafted illusion. At first, everything seemed normal. Todd frequently dropped by to borrow tools, simple things like a hammer or a wrench, and once even my lawnmower. He always returned them promptly, as if to reassure me that he was a man of integrity. But then, the cracks began to show. Late at night, I noticed strange flickers of light from his windows, long after any normal person would be awake. Odd thuds and muffled sounds drifted from his house at random hours. Yet, whenever I looked out my window, the place seemed eerily quiet, like no one was home. One night, curiosity turned to dread as I decided to confront the oddities head-on. His front door was slightly ajar, swaying ever so slightly in the cold night breeze. Steeling myself, I stepped inside, expecting to find Todd. Instead, I was met with an empty void. The house was vacant, no furniture, no pictures on the walls, just layers of dust and silence. My pulse quickened as my eyes fell on a lone duffel bag in the middle of the living room. Inside the bag were my belongings, the hammer, the wrench, the lawnmower, and more. Items I hadn't even realized were missing. This wasn't just a coincidence. Todd wasn't who he claimed to be. He was a thief, a fraud, an imposter who had slithered into my life, wearing a mask of trustworthiness. By the time the police arrived, Todd was gone, vanished without a trace, like a ghost slipping into the shadows. No one could tell me who he was or where he came from. All that remained was the unsettling emptiness of his so-called home and the gnawing realization that I'd been played. Even now, long after Todd disappeared, I can't shake the unease. When the house creaks at night or shadows flicker outside my window, I wonder, could Todd be out there, watching, waiting, planning? The thought sends a chill down my spine. After all, how well do we really know the people living next door?